It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Well, that hockey game between Team USA and Team Canada is about to start. And game on. Let's see how loud it gets in the Garden in Boston. Last game was played in Montreal on Saturday. So we'll see. We'll see. See what happens there. It's going to be a big ratings grabber. Big ratings grabber for tonight. All right, a story that came out yesterday. We didn't get an opportunity to talk about it. The tow truck bandits. Maybe you've been a victim of this, where tow trucks show up at a crash scene and they say, hey, we'll tow your car to the nearest garage or body shop. We'll help you out. And then they tow it to a garage that is not recognized or by your insurance company, and they hold it hostage. And one guy had his son's car towed and had to pay $2,300 to get it out of the tow yard. And it's illegal to do, but the cops can't do anything other than issue the tow truck driver a minor ticket for not having a license. That's it. And these guys are making millions of dollars off of us.
Well, a warning for drivers about a scam we are seeing more often in our area. The California Department of Insurance says some tow truck companies are targeting accident victims and then holding their vehicles until a big payment is made. The warning tonight, be on alert. Now, it is happening throughout Southern California on streets and freeways. And if you're in a car accident, it could easily happen to you. We're riding along with the LAPD during the morning rush hour. Officers looking for what they call bandit tow trucks.
This is obviously a bandit tow.
Ones that show up at traffic collisions, hoping to dupe crash victims out of thousands of dollars.
So the cop knew it was an illegal tow truck operation, but they can't do anything. They can literally just issue a minor infraction that will cost them next to nothing.
Nigel Sherry's family got caught up in the scam.
These companies are just
Friday night.
The car was drivable at the time, but something went wrong with the electronics and it just stalled out.
His son exited the freeway and was approached by a seemingly friendly man who said his uncle would tow his car for free.
So they said, yeah, we'll tow it for free, no problem.
Here we go.
And that's when it was a nightmare. That's when the nightmare started.
Nigel says his car was towed to a storage lot 5 miles away, and when the tow operator opened back up on Monday, he told Nigel it would cost $2,300 to get his car back.
Is that unbelievable? It was towed on a Friday or a Saturday, and then when he went to get the car on Monday, he was told he has to come up with $2,300 to get his car out of that lot.
Nigel tried to negotiate the price down, but the tower wouldn't budge. Instead, he filed to place a lien on Nigel's car.
Oh, what a nightmare for this guy and his kid.
So Nigel finally paid the tower the $2,300 he demanded, all in cash.
It was a complete nightmare for us because we weren't sure if we were ever going to see the car again.
LAPD Lieutenant Scott Moffitt says he hears this story again and again.
These scams are particularly advanced in that they've been in the industry for a long time.
Tow truck operators are supposed to obtain permits from the city through the police commission. But Lieutenant Moffitt says bandit tow trucks operate without a permit and charge sky-high fees.
It's particularly brazen, but it just demonstrates there's a lot of money to be made here.
Lieutenant Moffitt showed us a bandit tow playing out.
Okay, so the bandit tow truck driver is sitting right in front of this cop, trying to befriend the guy who just had an accident. And when you've had an accident, anytime anybody tries to help you who's standing around you, you're just thankful. Like, oh, thanks, man. Thanks for helping me out. And they befriend you, and then they turn around and screw you.
He said the guy in the reflective vest is called a spotter. He races to the scene after hearing about...
Yeah, after hearing about the accident, he races to the scene, becomes friends with the victim, and then that's when the crime starts.
He tells the victim that he witnessed the crash and he'll help by working with their insurance company or AAA to arrange a tow. But what he'll really do is call a buddy, an unpermitted tower, who will tow the car and hold it hostage until the owner forks over thousands of dollars to get it back. Lieutenant Moffitt says spotters and towers are slick and convince victims they're legit. And once a victim okays a tow, all that police can do is cite cite the tower a minimal amount for failing to have a permit.
No, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. There's way too many people, losing thousands of dollars with this scam.
There are instances where we'll respond to these and they're adamant they want this bandit tow because they've just created that friendship in a very short amount of time.
In fact, that's exactly what happened at the next accident.
Right now we're heading over to 59th and 8th Avenue for a traffic collision.
By the time we arrived, the spotter had already befriended the victim and called in a bandit tow truck to haul away the victim's car.
Here we go. Happens 3, 4, 5 times a day.
These people are professionals of what they do, right? They understand that if they can gain your confidence, just like a typical con man, if I can gain your confidence, I'm going to believe or make you believe that I'm doing you a service, right? And that's exactly what's happening here.
Lieutenant Moffat says bandit tow trucks show up to accidents 90% of the time. So if you're in an accident...
Wow, 90% of the time. These guys show up at an accident. 90%!
Accidents 90% of the time. So if you're in an accident, chances are you'll be approached by one. The LAPD has this advice when a tower comes to the scene, ask to see their permit. It should be a blue form. Take a picture of that permit along with the tower himself and his license plate. Better yet, if there are police at the scene, ask them to help you arrange a legitimate tow instead.
All right, that's some good advice. Look for the permit, take a picture of the permit, take a picture of the guy, the license plate, and then ask the cop, hey, is this guy legitimate? That's great advice from NBC, Channel 4.
They're just bandits. Look out.
Now, some insurance companies will cover the cost of these bandit tows, but if you ask them to pay for it, your premium may go up, or they might even drop you when your policy is up for renewal. The insurance industry is fighting this scam as well, but they say it will take state legislation to put an end to it.
All right. Well, welcome to L.A. Every which way you look, you're going to get hammered and hosed by people in Los Angeles. It's unbelievable, the amount of crime and the amount of dishonesty in Los Angeles. It is a shame. It really is a shame. We treat people so poorly in this country. And this young guy, or this guy who's young kid, got into an accident. He's probably 17, 18, flipped out at his very first accident. I think a lot of people, we've all had our first accident. Traumatic that is. And when somebody comes up and befriends you and says you're going to help you out, that's comforting. And then you say yes, and then dad has to pay $2,300 to get this kid's car back. It really is horrible. It really is horrible. And I'm surprised that some of these tow truck drivers don't get either thrown in jail or get their ass kicked. Because some people don't even have that kind of dough. And what if you don't have $2,300? A lot of people don't have $2,300 to get their car out. Oh, that's crazy. Caruso, when you got into an accident, were you approached by any of these clowns? These
No.
radical, dishonest tow truck drivers?
No, I was kind of waiting for it, though. And then I realized, my car's good. So I got out of there as quick as I could.
Oh, good for you. Oh, you could drive it still.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It's
All
funny because just even recently, those local social media things where people post things that have happened to them.
Right.
Someone posted showed a sign of one of those tow truck park in the wrong place, get it towed away type things.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a whole racket in and of itself, too, because they say these tow truck companies, they don't look to see that you've either been there for a certain amount of time outside of that or even should be there in the first place. Once they get your car, ain't nothing you can do.
And it's ridiculous how much money you got to pay.
Yeah, just to get it back, and then you can fight whether or not you can get your money back.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It really is. I don't know, what the answer is, but it is not a good deal. So another way you can get hammered in Los Angeles. Just another thing to worry about. Great.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
They haven't faced off yet. They're still singing the national anthems in Boston. The U.S. national anthem is playing now. The Canadian national anthem has already been played. And face off in probably 4 or 5 minutes. Yes.
I've got a question for you, hockey-related question. The little kids that are on the ice with the players, I guess those are the sons or daughters of some of the players, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Okay.
They all the little kids have the number 25 on their sweaters.
I think
Is that because of some 25th anniversary thing, or?
I think it's 2025. I think they were doing that. I don't know.
Oh.
But the United States is playing for. They have. Who's that kid that got killed? They call him Johnny Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Played out of Columbus, and he got killed in a car accident with his brother. And so they have
that was his number.
No, he was number 13. They have his jersey sitting in the locker room because he was Boudreau. He was Goudreau. He was a big part of that team. He was on that team. That was a horrible accident. I don't know why. I think it might be the year 2025. That's possible. I don't know. Okay. I don't know who else it could be. But we'll be watching that, and we will tell you what the score is and what's going on. Team USA versus Team Canada. And that is a big deal going on right now. We have some breaking news, Crozier. I don't know if you if this story has come across yet, but in Israel, there's been a bus explosion.
A couple hours ago, they said nobody was killed, but people were hurt.
That looks horrible. Yeah, bus explosion. Israeli bus explosion rocks Tel Aviv area in suspected terror attack. 3 buses in Israel detonated Thursday, and what police are investigating is a suspected terror attack. According to multiple reports, 2 empty buses exploded simultaneously in different parking lots near Tel Aviv before a third went up in flames as well. Additional bombs were also planned on 2 other buses and failed to explode. They've been since disabled. So the trauma and danger continues.
Here's one interesting thing that just came in just a little bit ago is that the Hamas apparently released the bodies of 4 Israeli hostages that have been held in Gaza. But Israel is now saying that in identifying the bodies, 3 of which were supposed to be 2 young children and a mother, they say that the body that was supposed to be the mother's is not the mother, and it's an anonymous person.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man, oh man, what a tough part of the area, part of the world. Unbelievable. All right, let's talk about Rick Caruso here and his nonprofit. Rick Caruso, he's a doer. He gets things done, and they're putting together 80 to 100 temporary or modular homes for the people impacted by these horrible fires, these wildfires.
So many want to rebuild here in Altadena. They just don't know how they're going to afford it. Well, the first initiative from Steadfast LA will bring 80 to 100 modular homes to these fire-ravaged communities, not just the Eden Fire, also homes in the Palisades Fire, so people can return to the communities that they love. Now, this starts with the Northern California modular home company Samara and Airbnb with help from the Caruso Family Foundation. They will construct and install factory-built homes that only take 5 to 6 months. Steadfast LA, made up of private sector leaders, founded by Rick Caruso, says they believe prefab construction is key to rebuilding LA.
This guy gets things done, this Rick Caruso.
Keeps costs down and limits delays. We spoke with Ronald Dunlap, who's lived in Altadena since 1975, lost his home in the fire, and said insurance will only cover half of the cost to rebuild. Rick Caruso said that's exactly who this program is meant to help.
80 to 100 are going to get free homes. These are permanent homes. It's going to be installed on their lots at no cost, the driveways, the landscaping, the home. And we're going to start getting the community back and getting people into their homes. I hope the county and the city run with this idea, or the state. They should be able to do this. But in the absence of that, we're going to fill that need, and we're going to need help from the city and the county. We want them to waive fees so that more money can go into these homes.
That's great.
And we're not spending a lot of money on government fees.
I just want to be home, but, if we're not home, then we have to try to find someplace else. And that is a daunting task, because Altadena you don't really realize how perfect your life is until it's gone. It looks like a place that we could actually feel like being home again, that it's substantial enough that we can put down roots again.
And Rick Caruso says this is just the start. Steadfast LA hopes to partner with other home builders to bring as many as 1,000 modular homes to our fire-ravaged communities.
Excellent.
In Altadena, Josh Haskell, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, Josh Haskell, that guy's great. All right, Rick Caruso, getting stuff done. And, oh, man, I wish he won for mayor of Los Angeles. That guy gets a lot of stuff done, that Rick Caruso. All right, out on PCH, restricted, but parts of PCH open again. They've been open and closed since January 7th. Now it looks like they're open again. You can't park on PCH, 25-mile-an-hour limit, no U-turns, no turns at all. You just got to get in your car and drive through the restricted areas.
Absolutely. We are at the main checkpoint here at PCH. And again, if you want to get through here, you're going to need a pass, folks. Access to Pacific Coast Highway between Santa Monica and Malibu. That's part of the expansion reopening. If you want to get into Malibu, you go straight ahead. If you want to get into the Palisades, you go to the right. But you're not going anywhere if you do not have a pass.
Yeah.
Here's more.
Very strict.
This morning, traffic backed up as motorists slowly move through the checkpoint at Pacific Coast Highway and Chautauqua Boulevard. This as PCH reopening for people who live, work, or go to school in the fire-damaged Palisades.
If you're a resident, permit.
Palisades residents need a permit.
Hey, what did he say?
If you're a resident,
okay, all right.
Permit.
If you're a resident, permit.
If you're a resident,
all right.
Permit.
Man, a few words. I like that.
Palisades residents need a permit to get through the checkpoint. Malibu City Hall providing the passes.
What do they need?
Permit.
Got a permit.
Providing the passes. Residents we talked to saying they believe the checkpoint ensures the safety of residents and the community.
And you need? Permit.
Very much, I'm very happy with it, and to give us some security. There are banks in the village, there are businesses, and if you let some people who thrive on stealing, they probably do very well. So this is the best way, and it should continue.
All right, what else is here?
Waji Urshed didn't lose his home, but feels horrible for some of his neighbors and friends who lost everything. He adds, as the community comes together to heal and rebuild, the last thing they need is for tourists to pour into town taking pictures of the overwhelming damage. He hopes the checkpoint will stay in place for as long as necessary.
Yeah, that is the nightmare out there. People going out there making videos and posing with the damage, taking selfies. It's a bad look. All right, the game has started. Canada 0, USA 0 in the finals of the Four Nations tournament. We'll keep an eye on that for you. It's Conway Show. We're live on KF. Oh, by the way, when we come back, they booed our national anthem in Toronto, in Montreal, when the USA last played Team Canada on Saturday. Well, let's see if Boston returned the favor. When we come back, I'll play the Canadian national anthem for you. It was heard just moments ago, about 10 minutes ago. And we'll see if the Boston citizens, people watching that game in Boston, repaid Canada for booing our national anthem. We'll see.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
I thought I could play this for you on the air, but I've been told by, legal here or management, that there has to be a certain amount of time go by before I can play anything on TV when it comes to these games. And I made a mistake early on in radio. I was working at KLSX with Doug Steckler, and we were on the radio during Game 7 of the Lakers. I think it was Lakers-Boston, Game 7 in Los Angeles. And we were doing a show. We were obviously watching the game on TV, and we were taking some phone calls of people who weren't watching the game, and nobody was calling. 0 calls. And so we said, everybody's watching the game. Everybody's watching Game 7. So we took the microphone, put it up to the TV, and for the last 10 minutes of the Boston Celtics LA Laker game, we broadcast the audio on KLSX. What I didn't know, and I do now, is I guess they licensed that. Crozier, is that true that they license programming like that? The NBA licenses the programming.
What about it?
If Lakers are playing in Game 7,
yeah,
that means that you can't just play that audio on TV if you wanted to.
No, you can't. Not without prior consent and probably some money changing hands.
I found out the hard way. Our station was sued for $24 million over that, and I got suspended, and I got yelled at, and I nearly lost my job. And fortunately, a friend of mine, a guy named Jeff Wernick, who was very close with the NBA, he ran a little interference for me, and I got to keep my job. But, man, it was close for a long time because CBS didn't want to pay $24 million to the NBA for 10 minutes of that final game. They weren't into it. I got yelled at by a bunch of people, high-level executives, low-level executives, people who just, sort of work for CBS. Everybody hammered me on that one. All right, so we're watching USA play Team Canada, and Team Canada, like on Saturday, has scored first. It is 1-0. Team Canada, 4 shots aside, 4 shots for the Canadians, 4 shots for the Americans, and Team Canada is winning 1-0. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes, and see if indeed the Americans can come back. Who knows? But it's going to be a great game either way. If Canada wins this game, they win the championship. Yet they will have the same record as the United States, 2 wins and 1 loss. So that's kind of odd, but we'll see what happens. The game's going on right now. I don't know what channel it's on. Let me tell you what channel it's on. And I know you're not supposed to do that in radio, but screw it.
ESPN.
It's ESPN? Okay. I know you're not supposed to do it in radio. I get that. But I have a different philosophy. If we tell you about stuff that's going on and we're honest about, there's something else going on in another station, then you'll always listen knowing that if there's anything else going on, we'll tell you about it. But when they say, on another station or it's been canceled or it's not happening right now, I think it's really dishonest. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So we run a little different program here where we tell you about things going on other stations. Hopefully that you go see it and you come back because we were honest with you. So there you go. All right, let's get into other news as we keep one eye on the hockey game and one eye on other news. Costco is in the news. Everybody loves Costco, right? Well, they're bringing some items back they haven't had for a while.
5 things I would never buy at Costco.
Oh, come on.
And number 3 will shock you. Number 1, rotisserie chicken. Additional spices and sea salt is pretty good. However, why does chicken need modified food starch, which is a hidden source of gluten?
Okay, I will give them that. The chicken is sensational at Costco. I love it.
There's a reason.
I love it. But there is a reason for that. They cook 100 of these things. They send it under those lights. And one thing I found out about Costco chicken is it tastes great when you buy it. But if you boil the bones to make soup, there's so much chemicals in that chicken, the whole house smells like a chemical.
Really?
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah. You have to buy you got to get a fresh chicken. Don't get those chickens that are already cooked, either at Gelson's or Costco or whatever your market is. You got to get a fresh chicken and boil that to make chicken soup. Don't go with one of these things has 900 chemicals
because you don't know what's in it.
Right, you don't know what's in it, and it does smell like chemicals after you boil it. It happened to me the other night. I cooked it late at night. We had a Costco chicken that I think if we didn't boil it, it probably would have gone bad in a couple days. So I boiled it at around 11 o'clock at night. My daughter and my wife were sleeping, and the whole house smelled like chemicals. I had to open up the windows.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't quite, if you notice the difference, even in the texture, all that stuff, like it hits all of your senses differently when it's like a pre-cooked chicken from like those places.
But that first bite is the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Oh, the chicken itself.
Yeah. The first bite is the deepest. Isn't there a song about that? The first bite is the greatest of those Costco chickens, man.
Yeah, get it now.
I might go get one tonight. I love that Costco. Anyway, Costco is bringing something back that they haven't had for a long time. And I think it's, the fan favorite on shelves. When we come back, I'll tell you what it is. There's a fan favorite from Costco that's coming back. Hasn't been around for 15 years. And we'll get back, I'll tell you what it is. And by the way, you don't have to sit through the commercial break. It's not going to be that impressive.
Oh, I don't even know if I've been to Costco for 15 years. So
really,
it may be new to me.
Okay, here's a secret for you. The product at Costco is going to be a real letdown for most of you. You're not going to be very excited about the product that's coming back from 15 years ago.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Costco is bringing back a fan favorite after 15 years, and customers are delighted. All right. What do you think it is? What do you think they're bringing back? Let me tell you. Let me predict something. Whoever is in your car with you, when I tell you what they're bringing back, I think you guys will look at each other and go, "What the hell?"
Is it a food product or no?
It's yes. Right. Food product. It's a drink.
Oh.
It's called Slice. They're bringing back Slice soda.
What?
A lemon lime soda.
I swear to God, Steph's head just kind of lit up when you said Slice. He went, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Are you a Slice guy?
I loved Slice.
Really?
That was the jam.
Angel,
for
you're
me.
into Slice?
Well, I saw it at Costco the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's like, isn't it one of those like prebiotic drinks or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Because it was next to all the fruit juices. Like they got rid of the juice that I wanted and they put the Slice in there instead. I was mad.
Man. It's a lemon lime soda originally described as Pepsi's answer to Sprite. It was first introduced in 1984. The soda made 10% of real fruit juice. 10% is real fruit juice and had a healthier image than a lot of the other fizzy drinks. Slice soda shot to popularity. Must have missed that. With its variety of unique and flavors, including orange, strawberry, pineapple, fruit punch, and grape. Yeah. Oh, man. Steph, off to Costco with you, buddy.
That's going to be the trip this weekend.
Yeah. They're calling it a healthy soda. The drink is
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's not. It's not at all. It comes in an 8-pack. I've never seen that before. An 8-pack. It comes as Coca-Cola announced it was launching a healthier prebiotic soda this week, rivaling Gen Z's favorite, the Poppy or Olipop. Slice soda used to be owned by Pepsi, is now having a second lease on life under the soda company Suja Life. So you can go get Slice at Costco. Enjoy yourself. There you go. All right. The Pantry downtown Los Angeles, one of the oldest and original restaurants. They've been around, I think, over 100 years or very close to 100 years. Now the owner is threatening to shut it down. Shut it down. I remember Mayor Reardon used to own that place, and it got closed down a couple of times because of rats. So let's find out why they're closing it down. Is it the price of everything is too much? Can we all guess why they're closing down? The homeless situation. It's dangerous. Food's expensive. There's probably, the whole host of LAs, I call them. LAs. The reason why businesses close in LA. They get LA'd. And I think we're on target here.
Into the pantry, you see the familiar faces, and that's because those employees have been there 20, 30 plus years. And sadly, they could soon be losing their jobs.
What the hell?
We love to work at the pantry, All of us is more like a family.
It's a difficult time for longtime employees of the iconic, the original Pantry Cafe.
Yeah, the pantry, if you've ever been there, it's literally 2 or 3 blocks, maybe 4 blocks, from Staples Center, from crypto.com. If you walk north, it's right on that same street. It's a beautiful little place to eat. They're open. I thought they used to be open 24 hours. I don't know if they still are. But you get a lot of food for like an average, whatever the average dinner or breakfast or lunch costs. You get a S-load of food.
A 100-year-old landmark in Los Angeles.
33 years working at Pantry. I started when I was 20-year-old.
In January, employees who have dedicated decades to the pantry received notice that the restaurant would soon be sold.
What?
When union member employees asked for job protection in a contract with a new buyer, they say they were told.
They came back and said, no, we don't want to give you job security. We don't want to protect the union. Basically, if you keep insisting that happens, then we're going to just close the restaurant on March 2nd at 5 p.m.
March 2nd at 5 p.m. So if you like the pantry, that might be your last opportunity to slide in there and get yourself a meal.
Close the restaurant on March 2nd at 5 p.m.
Wait, what are they screaming? What do we want? Contract? They got it. They got to up their game with that chant. That's not going to get him anything.
That's like playing a 78 on a 33.
On Wednesday,
members held a protest outside the pantry while employees came outside during their breaks. Maria Hernandez is a representative of Unite Here Local 11.
You know, what we're asking for, it's not for you to bring down the moon. It's common language that giant hotels, Marriott's, Hilton's.
I've never heard that term before.
For you to bring down the moon.
We're not asking for you to bring down the moon. They might be getting some sayings mixed up there. We're not asking to, we're not shooting for the stars. I've heard that before. We're not asking for the moon, but we're not asking you to bring the moon down.
For you to bring down the moon.
I'm not asking you to bring down the moon.
All right.
Okay.
For you to bring down the moon. It's common language that...
That's not common language, is what that was.
It's common language that giant hotels, Marriott's, Hilton's, other properties that we represent, other restaurants that we represent, have in their contracts.
The pantry, previously owned by former L.A. Mayor Richard Riordan.
That's right. Mayor Riordan owned that place.
Was placed in a trust following his passing in 2023.
He was a great guy. Have you ever meet Mayor Riordan?
Once, yeah.
Super guy.
Yeah,
Enjoyed that.
like it.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Administrators for the trust issued a statement that says...
I'll tell you a quick Mayor Riordan story. Mayor Riordan called us up at KLSX and he said, because we talked very favorably of him, and and he came on all the time. He was great. And we said, hey, you want to come on and take a tour of Staples Center? Oh, yeah, we'd love to. It was just being built. They didn't even put the roof on yet. So we show up at Staples Center, and there's like 5 or 6 of us, me, Steckler, Jason Salako, Malibu Dan, a couple other people. And the foreman, the guy in charge of the project, looks down and he sees that Malibu Dan is wearing flip-flops. And he says, that guy's not going in here with flip-flops on. And Mayor Riordan said, oh, no, he's with me. And the foreman said, I don't give an F who he's with. He's not going in there. And he didn't go in. That's a great story, man. All right, we'll come back. We're live on KFI AM 640.